breadheads.
Buongiorno, breadheads. Another episode of Think Fresh podcast. Ty and Eric in the booth.
Another day.
Yes.
Another day where Ty and I have the same salad for lunch.
Dude, I'm loving twinning with you at lunch. We've been eating the same salad together, bite for bite, chomp for chomp, swallow for swallow.
Dude, yeah.
Two sides of the same foot long, if you will.
It's kind of nice to have you go first, you know, in the salad bar line, and then I simply have to say, like, I'll have what he's having, you know? It's kind of nice to see how you view the world through your greens.
Dude, yeah. We live in a post-sandwich society at this point. Like, I haven't eaten a Subway sandwich in weeks, but I have eaten a salad from a salad bar almost every single day for lunch, and I am loving it, Eric. It is filling me with life. I used to get the Droopies after lunch. I used to have bad bowel movements. I'd have a big belch and a cough. Now, nothing. I feel like I got a V8 in me, you know?
That is a good point, Ty.
Quite literally, like, 8 vegetables.
Yeah. Whoa.
The
V8 drink.
The V8 drink is... Yeah, well, I meant it. Yeah, whatever.
Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. When we, you know, first conceived the idea of this pod, we were eating, like, garbage almost every day. Like, we were eating either Subway or, like, a sandwich from some other specialty cafe. Potentially a side salad with bacon bits. You know what I mean?
No matter where, it was between bread.
Exactly. And, yeah, I've been with you in this health journey, Ty, and I gotta say, I'm pretty, like, happy with how I feel on a day-to-day basis.
Dude, I feel amazing. Today for lunch, I ate not just 2 different types of leafy greens, but carrots, mushroom, cauliflower, edamame.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what else he threw in there.
I think some zucchini.
Yes.
Vermicelli noodles.
Yeah, that was fun.
Lots of crunch today.
A little bit of nut action, some seeds in there too.
Man, it's kind of fun to freak the corporate salad bar because there's just like a million options.
There's so many different combinations. As soon as you break out of the plastic box of Subway's veggie bucket, you realize there's actually like infinite combinations of food on Earth. Who knew?
Yeah, you're absolutely correct, man.
My feeble little mind cannot comprehend the produce section at a grocery store.
God damn it. Ty, we should talk about, you know, what happened on Friday, because we placed our bets on who would win the Paul Tyson fight.
That's right.
And I'm just happy to report that I was correct.
Dude, I don't know why it didn't really cross my mind that this dude is so old. You know, we knew he was, but I didn't really realize what it meant to be old and the repercussions that come with it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty aware of this because when I watch, you know, the Lakers play, I see LeBron, who is out there at, you know, damn near 40 years old. Like, when he does anything valuable, the commentators have to mention how old he is. He's like, wow, I can't believe he's 40 and he did that. Dude. Right?
From, like, tip-off, LeBron is limping. Like, he's gassed before he even walks on the court.
Yeah, I mean, you can see he's getting older. His game has changed a little bit. Like, he's more of a playmaker versus somebody who just takes the ball and will score throughout the entire game. He does that when he needs to now.
Gotcha. He's more of an idea guy now.
Exactly. He's become a creative director.
Not really executing, just,
Fuck, dude.
Coaching.
That's my North Star as well.
Yeah, me too. Get out of the weeds. Eventually, I will not be the voice of this podcast. I will simply be behind the scenes telling Eric what to say.
Fuck, yeah, I'll be alone on the mic. That'll be sad.
The one-man show.
That'll be a sad day. But yeah, just like, you know, thinking about LeBron, he's 40 and very, very impressed at what he can do. And then I think, like, if he was 60, what would he look like on the court? It wouldn't be very good.
Yeah, it would be rough. Like, what age do men start shrinking? Is it...
Oh, that's a damn good question. Probably 60.
Age do men start shrinking? I have my computer open. I can check right now. Because this is something all men should be aware of and start prepping. Because as soon as you hit that, your best years are beyond us. 40. Look at that. LeBron is hitting the shrinking age.
Yeah, he's hitting his peak, literally.
Quite literally. Like, he will never be taller.
So, around 1 inch by age 70.
That's it? Interesting.
So, I guess from 40 to 70, you can expect to lose an inch.
Wow.
So, you're eating 11-inch sandwiches from then on.
You're getting shrinkflated. Interesting.
Wow.
So due to compression of the spine, bone density lost, postural changes, and cartilage wear, which we get a lot of on
And from
hip thrust.
carrying this podcast on my back.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, dude, that'll do a lot of spinal compression. Those discs are losing water.
Absolutely.
So
Wow.
I can't believe that the era of LeBron being just he don't even have his height anymore. He'll just be an old man, the shortest old man on the court.
Mm-hmm. Well, if he loses an inch, he'll be 6'7". So
Damn.
not bad.
Yeah, what a bummer.
Yeah, what a bummer. Except Bronny, he can't afford to lose any inches. He's already like at the minimum of being a basketball player.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
he's almost too short to ride.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
But Mike Tyson's always been a short king as well. It was clear
Yeah.
when he stepped into the octagon with Mr. Paul,
Mhm.
who towered over him, and Jake Paul's got like half a foot long, a 6-inch length on him too, as far as
Reach.
wingspan. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
What was it? It was not a fair fight.
It wasn't. However, I think both parties kind of knew this going in. And so there have been some theories floating around that this was actually staged. And Mike Tyson had to hold back in order to avoid injury, but also to get a payday.
Yes, I've heard that too. I heard that it had to end a specific way for everyone to maximize their
Right.
gains, if you will.
Right. We don't want to ruin Mike Tyson's legacy by getting knocked out by a YouTuber.
Yeah.
And Jake Paul, obviously, just starting his career, he wants to beat somebody who is iconic, just to kind of make a name for themselves, even though the performance wasn't that impressive.
Yeah, it's win-win for both of them. And if Jake Paul rocked Mike in the dome, he would become a villain to the world.
Yeah.
To knock that dude out when it was very clear this was not a fair fight would just be evil.
But you know what's kind of funny, though? If that happened while Mike was in his prime, it would be obviously a shocker, but also, it comes with the territory.
Yeah,
but now
exactly.
that Tyson has reached unk status, it's kind of don't bully the elderly, you know?
Exactly. Treat your elders with respect.
Yeah.
Which Jake did. He gave a little bow. He chose not to beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Did a few tasteful spars and whatever.
Yeah. It's like all villains eventually become the hero when they become an elder.
Yeah, at a certain point, you're I think it's because you stop being threatening. As soon as you start shrinking, at age of shrinkage, you no longer pose a threat to people, at least physically. Or there's a redundancy that comes with age. You are less important, less valuable to society.
Yeah, I mean, you just aren't producing what you produced when you were younger. I mean, Mike Tyson can still draw a crowd, obviously, but not for the same reasons, right? He's no longer killing people in the first round.
Yeah,
and biting their ear off.
that's true. I think also with youth, there's the potential for you to then dedicate your whole life to destroying somebody. If I made you mad, you could go and start a company and use your entire wealth and life and time and energy to destroying me. You could take it all. You could spend your whole life destroying me if you wanted to. But if you were 60, your ability to destroy me is significantly less. So less threatening.
Just wait till I, withdraw my entire RRSP, so I just destroy you. But yeah, you're right. And that's kind of what we're doing right now with Subway Tie. This podcast is a long play to destroy the famous sandwich chain.
One bite at a time.
One bite at a time.
And how are we doing with that, Eric? Well, the charts don't lie. Ever since this podcast started, Subway's it's all private. We don't really know, but there are signals that they're on the downfall.
I'm glad you reminded me that it was private, because I was about to Google their stock price.
Right.
But yeah, you're right. There's no way to really know.
The footlong churro is a signal that they're bottoming out.
It's a Hail Mary attempt.
For sure.
It's kind of the same way Kamala was signaling
to
different crowds, the Latino community. Maybe Subway was doing the same. It's fuck, we gotta get the Latinos in here now.
Dude,
get the churros.
As soon as Kamala started getting all the brat memes, I knew she was cooked. It's just I don't know. That it was not enough substance to carry her campaign forward.
I mean, it's true. People don't go on Call Her Daddy when they're on the up and up.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the last opportunity to stay relevant.
If you're doing the podcast circuit, you're you're in, like, if the late nights aren't calling you and you're in the podcasts, it means you need a little bit of support.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think if you go on Joe Rogan, you're probably at the peak of your game.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
Right? But if you're on Crooked Caller Daddy, you're not, like, who are you even speaking to at that point? Nobody.
Yeah, there's no audience.
Zero audience.
The only podcast with an audience to think fresh and Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Well,
In 4 years, when Trump is running for his third term, we're going to have him on, I think.
I think so, too.
Once he abolishes term limits, we'll get him on the pod.
Next up, abolishing inch limits.
Do you think we could become chief content creators? Like chief deputy podcasters at the White House?
There's space for us in that big building.
There is, yeah.
They can free up some tax dollars for we can manage the propaganda department.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's either the propaganda department or we're hired by RFK to get rid of GMOs.
Oh yeah, that's true.
What's up with that, man?
I don't know. It's anti-big business. It's weird. Why would he want to get rid of the GMOs? That's what America was built on.
I agree, but I think the worm has taken over his body, and he's just controlling him like a puppet now. So it's the worm talking. He's like, I need some nutrients to survive.
Yeah, the worms don't like this Monsanto-soaked soil. They want the fresh stuff.
100%, dude.
High nitrogen content.
Yeah, the worm can't digest microplastics, so it has to, eat whole foods again.
Yeah, it just wants some nice, juicy compost.
Yeah.
Wow, that makes so much sense.
Did you see the photo of them all hanging out on the PJ?
Yeah.
And then, like, RFK is, like, begrudgingly eating a Happy Meal or something? He's, like, holding a Big Mac, and he's, like, got the biggest frown on his face.
Dude, the unhappy meal.
Yeah. I mean, I'm curious if he was forced to eat it, or if he was just, like, choked that he got caught eating it.
Yeah, like, Trump has signed a, like, multi-year deal with McDonald's, so there has to be a lot more product placement.
Yeah, dude, if you're a employee of big McDonald's, you have diplomatic immunity.
Yeah, you get the diplomat passport.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, dude. You get the special red license plates.
You get to use it to cut the line at the drive-thru.
Whoa.
Wow, that's a good perk, actually, for, like VIP clients.
Mm-hmm.
Subway if Subway had a tier system where I could jump in line of somebody when I walked in. This happened to me at Enterprise Car Rental, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, when I rented a car in Italy. I use Enterprise so much that I guess I'm part of their, like, special tier platform.
Let's go.
And when I walked up, there was a very sad-looking dude from San Diego in, like, sandals or flip-flops and shorts. And he was, like, mulling about, clearly been there a long time. Very annoyed, kind of Larry David-esque.
Mm-hmm.
And the dude is like, it's supposed to be my turn in line. How come you're in front of me? I'm like, I don't know, dude. I just took the ticker and they called it. And I guess, like, he wasn't...
He was another guest?
Or,
like, a customer?
He was waiting to get access to the Enterprise rep. But I just waltzed right in, through past him because of my VIP status. And it felt so good. I was just laughing. I'm like, I can't help you, dude. This isn't my problem.
That's awesome.
This is clearly just your problem.
Wow.
I don't want to do that at Subway.
Yeah. Skip the line at the way.
Yeah.
I mean, if their point system was worth anything, they would have things like this in there. But to be honest, we wouldn't be anywhere close to the top of that list. Like, we would be standing in line for 8 hours because all the construction guys would get there first.
Dude, yeah, you're right.
All the construction guys, the police, the nurses, they're all, like, jumping in front of us, and we just kind of stalled out.
Yeah, they see us, they're like, white collar, back of the line.
Yeah, exactly. We don't have enough points.
Yeah.
Social credit.
Wow. Actually, not enough reward systems allow you to cash in your rewards as a non-monetary action. It's always compensation in a way that's like an alternative to just money. You get a free thing, which you would have bought, or
you can pay with your points
instead
of like having status.
Exactly. They treat it like a currency when they should actually allow you to use the points to unlock silly things that nobody would get. Like, regular currency cannot buy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I could use my Subway points to walk behind the counter, and every 20 points gets me one more minute back there.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Like, you unlock a free gift at 1,000 points. Like, you get to, like, glove up.
You get to glove up, yeah. Dude, they're going to give you... Yeah, you're going to let you wear the visor, you know? put your hand in the tuna. I want to put my hand in the tuna so bad.
Yeah, dude.
Damn.
No, I think that's what it should be all about, man. Like, at a certain point, money is no longer the differentiator. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta like upgrade your status. Like, you need more power. That's what we're looking to get at Think Fresh Studios.
Power, influence. The money only goes so far.
Yeah. I mean, I was able to skip the line at Avis, the car rental company, because I just have status there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I was able to like cut in front of like 5 people. Actually, there's a whole separate building for the VIP kind of clients.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so the one inside the Oakland airport had like 40 people in line, and my in-laws had to wait in that line.
Oh,
and I just kind of waltzed over to the separate brick and mortar location, which was just off of the property, and not a soul in there. I was able to get my Hyundai Palisade or whatever.
Nice. Just hopping in the Chevy Malibu, honk honk, as you drive
beep, beep.
past
Yeah.
mom and dad.
Yeah, I got the 7-seater SUV as an upgrade there.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
That's very Oakland vibes.
100%. Tinted windows.
you gotta.
Yeah. Perfect for the drive-by.
And the drive-through.
Yeah.
Ayo. Oh, man. I don't mean to subject change so quickly, but we have to talk about... I have to ask you a question. It's a very important question. How? You know what it is? You know what it is.
I can only imagine.
How was the Jonas Brothers concert
Oh, shit.
this weekend that you went to?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. They actually played football at the Jonas Brothers concert. It was kind of cool. No, but I went to the Grey Cup, which is the Canadian version of the Super Bowl. It's actually insane to talk about.
It is.
But we know everyone here at Think Fresh loves the Super Bowl. They love football, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. I just assumed BC would be playing.
Yeah. No. The Vancouver does not play in their own tournament. They host it. They never play in it.
Well, they sometimes play in it.
Sometimes play.
BC Lions are like a great team, aren't they?
I think so.
They,
Not great enough to play.
Yeah, let's just look up how many times has BC Lions won the Grey Cup.
I bet there's only 9 teams, dude. The odds are they're gonna win a lot.
So they've won it 6 times, and there's 111 Grey Cups. I know this because it was on the branding.
Wait, so their win rate is slightly under 5%?
Yeah.
That's pretty sad for 9 teams. Like,
There's 9 teams.
there's only 9 teams in the league. So theoretically,
5.4%.
yeah, but if you should win one every 9 times, which means they should have won at least 10.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Okay, so the Toronto Argonauts won this Grey Cup, and this is their 19th win.
Oh, see, those are the kind of numbers Vancouver should be putting up.
Damn. See, I didn't know that Toronto would be able to pull this off. I don't know if they have like fields out there.
Dude, yeah, they're not. I don't think of them as a football town.
No, definitely not.
Like, the rest of Canada is really open and rural, which is lots of space for hucking the pigskin.
Mathematically, though, it makes sense because it's the biggest city in Canada, so they probably have the most talent.
Right, the most money to pay a Canadian football legend.
Well, that or like just like population sample size. You know
True,
what I mean?
yeah.
If 1% of your population is great at football, then they have the most football players.
Yeah, that makes so much sense, Eric.
But Vancouver's like the 3rd biggest city. Why aren't we the 3rd best team? You know?
You'd think that would be how it works, but alas, we digest. So halftime show though for this semi Super Bowl, we'll call it, was none other than Joe, Nick, and Kevin. The Jonas Brothers. What was that like, Eric, to go to your first Jonas Brothers concert? It is your first, I can only hope.
Yeah, it was awful.
What?
I hated it. I think they make terrible music, and I don't like their appearance, and I think they shouldn't be invited back.
I think I agree with everything you're saying.
Like, I don't understand the appeal, really. Like, it's kind of just, like, boring, contrived, like, mainstream music.
It's
like,
for
devoid of any personality.
Well, that's the point, Eric. It's for girls that grew up on Disney that just want to relive their childhood.
Why Disney? Do they have a 360 deal with Disney or something?
They're like they're born and raised at Camp Rock. The Jonas
What?
Brothers.
What does that mean?
They're from the Disney Channel. They're Mickey's spawn.
So
they
they
were
were.
groomed by Walt.
Oh, okay. So they were molested by Daffy Duck or
Yeah,
something?
exactly. That's how they got their start.
Interesting. So, yeah, what is their start? Were they on a show?
I think so. I don't know. I just know that they were heavily involved with Disneyland, and they were in the 2-part film saga Camp Rock.
God. Something is really kind of like off-putting about them to me. And I think it has to do with them all being brothers and them getting so well along.
You should never have a good relationship with your siblings.
Not only that, but like they're assuming, I assume they're making millions of dollars. How do you like reach a negotiation with like two of your brothers on like who's getting the most millions?
Right. There
Like, how
has
the
to
fuck
be a
does that
split
happen?
there without tearing the family apart.
Right. And I'm sure like the front man is like, yo, I'm the front man. I need at least half.
Yeah, but then a different one's like, but I'm the oldest.
Exactly. So like how the fuck are they, not like publicly beefing?
Yeah, even like outside of finances, like what the things that come with the rock star lifestyle are not the things you want to share with your siblings. Like, you don't want to be in like a drug fueled orgy after a show with your little brother.
Yeah. Yeah, right. And also like imagine sharing like a tour bus with your brothers. Like that would be annoying too.
Yeah, it's just like back in elementary school. you
Yeah.
know? Like,
It's like
you
when
never
you're-
really grow up.
Yeah, when your parents are picking up all three of you from elementary school. It's like, I don't know, it's just something weird about it.
It is
and
weird.
It throws me off. I'm like, they're not really brothers, right? They're just two clones.
That is a good guess. Honestly, you know what's weird about it? It's like, are you guys still doing this because you just can't make any friends? Like, maybe that's it. All it is. Maybe they just, I don't know. It's a closed system. It's weird.
And also, why are they all very talented?
That too. There should be at least one. Oh, there is actually, deep cut. There's a 4th Jonas brother.
No.
Yeah.
Stop.
Did you know this?
No, dude.
I think-
I don't even know the third one's name.
I think
until today.
I think the 4th one's named Francis. And he hangs out with them, but he's never goes on stage. Frankie Jonas, the
Interesting.
Jonas brother. The world forgot.
That's pretty funny.
Wow.
How do you think he feels? Like, do you think he's like happy that he probably gets a cut just for being family?
all the none of the glory, all of the pay.
Yeah. And also, like, not one person would recognize him in public. So he kind of skates on by.
Right. Like he can linger in Erewhon.
Yeah, that's right.
Lucky man. Not even Think Fresh has that type of privilege anymore.
Yeah, we're usually escorted out once we've been spotted.
Yeah, I've been in the service elevator so many times at the Beverly Hills Erewhon.
Yeah, dude, when you have to take the celebrity tunnel at Erewhon because it'll cause too much of a stir.
Get him out of here. They've had to hide me in a suitcase.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes.
So, Jonas Brothers, yeah, man. Happy that I got that out of the way and it's done. I'm happy it was a short show. I think they did like 4 songs.
Yeah, they play like the chorus of each track. Classic Super Bowl move.
Yeah. And it's kind of weird to watch any Super Bowl or CFL Grey Cup performance because there's a stage in the middle of this massive field. And like you're in a huge stadium, but it's almost like you're observing a smaller concert happening because there's like maybe 200 people who get to go up to the stage, and then there's like dancers and stuff, and so you're like, it doesn't even look like you're watching a concert. It looks like you're watching people watch a concert.
Whoa.
You know?
An out-of-body experience.
Yeah, it's kind of like one layer removed.
Yeah, I could see that. You're not really there. You're just...
Yeah.
You're hating from outside the concert.
I was hating from outside the concert. It's like watching a concert through a window.
Yeah, that's kind of cool, actually. It's a totally different vibe.
Yeah.
I mean, I get that experience a lot, actually, because my new move is to linger at the back at the show. Tired of being in the mosh pit, you know?
Yeah, Ty and I are washed.
Yeah, we're so washed, dude. I want to sit down. I want to nurse a cheap beer, and I don't care if I can't see the stage. I'm just there for the vibe, you know?
Yeah. I did spend $70 on Coors Light, though. Like, this is the longest sporting event I've ever been to, dude. It is 4.5 hours long.
$70 on Coors Light. I didn't even know that was possible. What is that at a stadium? Like half a liter? Like 1 can of beer?
Yeah, I had a large pint, and it came in this, like, aluminum cup. It's kind of cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, I just left it at my seat, though.
It was a gray cup.
It was.
Whoa.
Whoa, shit. Yeah, it was kind of cool.
Dude, how many people got that, do you think? They're like, oh, gray cup. Probably none of them, hey?
0.
Yeah, no one's paying attention.
Yeah. But the bros who sat in front of me, not the Jonas Bros, different anonymous bros, one of them was eating, like, mashed potatoes and, like, some kind of meat with gravy. It looked like a nice little BC place, option. I've never seen or heard of it.
Yeah, that's a welcome change from a half-frozen glizzy.
Yeah, or chicken tenders.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Dude, stadium food is whack.
Yeah. I did waltz on over to Pizzeria Farina.
I do love me some Pizzeria Farina.
Yeah, Ty, but potentially bad news. I think Farina has gone a little bit downhill.
No.
Yeah.
Why do you think that?
I think the quality of the pizza is just no longer there.
Maybe
I don't know what it is.
bad night? I haven't been there in a minute.
It could be. It was a slow night, which is surprising on Grey Cup night.
Usually they're out of dough by 7 p.m.
Oh, man. Now it's just me that's out of dough after spending so much money on Coors Light.
Whoa.
But yeah, it was like a little bit thicker than usual, the crust. A little doughier and kind of floppier. Like, I know when we've gone, it would be like a perfectly crispy, thin crust, just brilliantly executed. But now, I don't know.
It is a fine line, and I find far too often, especially in North America, they go too thin in the middle. So you, instead of getting, like, you want a thin crust, but you don't want that droop. You don't want that sag.
Flop is too much sometimes.
If you can't pick the whole thing up, it's too much sag.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, it's not a Napolitano pizza, right?
Right.
Like, in that case, I'm eating it with a fork and knife, and so a little flop is welcome. Like, I actually could like that.
Yeah.
But when it's a pizza that's sliced into 6 slices, and I'm expected to use my hands, I don't want it to drop all toppings when I pick it up, you know?
Yeah, like, you don't want to feel like you're, like, eating, like, naan bread, you know? And you're gooping that into the butter chicken. That's kind of how I feel sometimes when they make that shit so thin, that crust.
Yeah, dude. It's kind of like how they make Subway sandwiches these days. They just, like, stick their whole hand in there and kind of spread the veggies around.
Yeah.
Use their toenails to slice the salami.
All sandwich artists have super sharp toenails for this reason.
Yeah, dude. I heard you want some fungus in this.
Yeah. Foot long? You want foot? You want foot in your food?
The fungi foot long?
Dude, food by the foot. That's what it is.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. I used to have them as my top pizza place in Vancouver, and I think they've dropped to at least 3rd place now.
Wow.
At least.
So sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Is Spacca Napoli and Via, whatchamacallit on those
Via Tavares are my top 2,
Tavares?
exactly.
Yeah, that's probably my ranking as well.
Yeah.
Both are good.
Spacca, like, I honestly think it's number 1. It's so good.
Yeah, Spacca is very good.
They've also declined my order twice because they were too busy. That's a good sign.
That is a good sign. Well, they got clout now. They're getting recognized in all sorts of awards.
Yeah. They've always been, like, award-winning, which is kind of weird. Even before I knew about them. They were, like, voted best.
Yeah, I remember, like, I would meet Italian people around the city, and they'd be like, yeah, I go all the way out to Spacca Napoli for my pizza. Huh. Wild.
Yeah, dude. You can either go all the way to Napoli or Spacca Napoli.
It's just the closest side, this half of the Atlantic.
Yeah, that's right. What else we got, Ty? What else we want to talk about?
I think that's one and done for us, Eric. What are we on? We're on like 30 minutes now, so...
All right, well...
I could go on 30 on the beat, but we should save a little heat for Friday's episode.
It's time to take a sip of milk, take a deep breath, and and we'll talk on Friday. Redheads, thanks for listening. Ciao.
Ciao.